Drink Cinema! Cheers. Welcome to another episode of Two Drink Cinema. We are two out of three brothers reviewing movies 2 drinks at a time. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt because we are doing Batman.
I am wearing a murder t-shirt because murder.
Yeah. I'll discuss murder later.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
My second favourite Batman, Michael Keaton, who I found out today was offered the role of the main guy, Phil, in Groundhog Day.
Oh. We probably...
Very different movie if it was Michael Keaton to Bill Murray, I think.
Yep.
Yeah?
Well, then he just made Multiplicity instead.
Well, this was after Multiplicity.
Yeah.
And it was Andy McDowell plays his wife in Multiplicity.
Yeah.
Which would have been interesting for Groundhog Day, but he turned it down to make something else. Good story?
Very good story, Lee.
Batman. 2 taglines I could find. Only one will claim the night.
Yeah.
And this one, interesting.
Uh-huh.
Justice is always darkest before the dawn.
Is that a new one?
Well, that sounds very similar to The Dark Knight.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
But it does belong to the 1989 Batman.
Okay.
So there are a couple of taglines that are associated with the 1989 Batman.
You know what else is now associated with the 1989 Batman?
Jack Nicholson's Joker.
This drink.
Oh, correct.
It's a Gotham martini.
Oh, okay. So am I going to, in the middle of the episode, fall off my chair laughing?
Potentially.
That's up to your jokes. Not this martini, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What's in it?
Blue Curacao vodka, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and lemon juice.
Representing the vat of chemicals
Yeah, well...
that for some reason didn't have a lid on it in the chemical factory.
Yeah, there were other ingredients that could have made it more purple, but hey, we'll go
I
with
like this green to go with the
Ooh.
chemical factory that clearly has no OH&S policy.
Smell.
Cheers.
Cheers.
A lot of cranberry.
Yeah. That's weird.
It looks nothing like cranberry juice, but tastes a lot like cranberry juice.
Yep. Okay. It's nice. It's a lot sweeter than
Usual.
than what I thought it would be.
Yeah, okay. It's all right. The glass is good.
Thanks. I made it myself.
Well, no, the glass very much...
Sorry.
The glass very much suits
That's how I'm going to laugh this whole episode.
the style of this
The
film.
Art Deco style of
Yeah.
Gotham City.
Yep.
All right.
And the
Great.
matte paintings. How about the matte paintings?
There
of
is
Gotham
some
City?
great animated work in this
We
that I
haven't-
forgot existed.
We haven't had matte paintings in a very long time. But it is great at setting up Tim Burton's vision
Yep.
and the production design of Gotham City.
Yes.
We get a matte painting and a streetscape very early,
Yep.
and we get a very cool reveal of Batman, I think. Not the animated
Not
him
the-
walking away from the gargoyle.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Not his shadow going up a building.
But that would have been... I think that would have been cool for the time.
Yeah. It also looks comic book-y, so I guess maybe that's partially what he was going for.
We also have to remember, right, that this is pre-comic book movie.
Well, yeah, okay.
Like the Superman series of films, right? The Christopher Reeve series of films was 1978
Yep.
and then went on from there in varying quality.
Yes.
So we had Superman, Superman 2, Superman 3, and Superman 4 Quest for Peace. And Superman 4 Quest for Peace was 1987.
Okay.
Okay, so there was 9 years of Christopher Reeve Superman. But there hadn't really been a Batman movie since 1964.
Right.
When Adam West's Batman movie came out. So this is pre-comic book movie in terms of what it is now, where it's most of the last 20 years of cinema.
Yep.
But so I think the look makes a big difference, and I think this did a lot for comic book action movies. But the reveal of Batman is good. It shows his intimidation.
Yep.
Because before that, the guy's like, "Oh, there's the Bat. I heard he drained your blood." But then he is there, and he comes in out of the dark, which is a big Batman thing. He has the gadgets. You know, he throws and bombs and whatever.
Yeah.
And the wires. And he shows the suit and that he is bulletproof. So that's a very good way to set up Batman already exists, but it is still early on in the Batman thing, but we're not doing a Batman Begins.
Yes. Yeah.
We're already in there. We're not doing an origin story.
He's already a thing. It's not like becoming Batman.
But we still have, which is a very Batman thing in all of the movie series and in a lot of the comics, is him versus the real Justice.
Yep.
It's not...
This is pre-Bat Signal.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's early Batman, but it's not Batman origin story. And it's a thing quite often, and we saw it in the Nolan trilogy as well, of the real authorities don't like him. And we have to get to a certain point where they decide to work together. In the 60s, Batman, him and Commissioner Gordon are already best mates.
Yeah. Got a phone, everything.
Yeah, got the red phone and all. And Burton does well to set that up, I think, because our first scene is Batman, and then our second scene goes straight to the press conference of Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Dent.
Yep.
Not Tommy Lee Jones.
No.
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams.
Lando Calrissian.
Lando Calrissian. Yep.
Plays
Which I
Harvey Dent in
had
that one.
zero memory of.
I'm not sure if he plays him in Batman Returns as well.
I don't think he returns for Batman Returns. Because we did that a couple of years ago. We watched that. I don't remember him being in it.
No.
Because instead they had Christopher Walken.
But the guy,
Well, that wasn't
who's
really-
the guy that the penguin bites the nose of?
He works for the mayor.
Oh, he does too.
Is that right?
Let's see. Harvey Dent in Batman Returns. Harvey Dent was meant to appear in the 1992 sequel Batman Returns, in which he would be transformed into Two-Face at the climax of the film.
See?
However, his role in the film was placed by Max Schreck, played by Christopher Walken. Well
That would
done.
have been a good lead into actually then having Harvey Dent in there.
Yes, which would have made Batman Forever more a part of this trilogy.
Which
but
I'm
it is
sure we'll get to at some point.
not a part of this series. I am very much treating them as two pairs,
Yeah.
these movies. Cool. So we set up Batman versus the real Justice. A very Gotham thing of cops are on the take. There's corruption in this very crime-filled town.
Yep.
And we early on get the stakes raised by we need this 200-year anniversary to happen,
Oh, yeah.
which gives us something other than just the citizens of Gotham. it gives us
Because who gives a shit about them? We have to save an event as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it does raise the stakes, and it gives us also like a deadline
Yeah.
of like the festival has to happen on this date,
Okay.
so the film
that's
is
true.
building towards something.
Yeah.
And it also kind of gives the viewer something to kind of, oh, well, the movie's going to peak at this festival. So it's something kind of to go towards.
Yeah.
And we get introduced of, we're pretty sure from the start, Kim Basinger is hot for Batman. That's why she's there, to take photos.
Duh.
She's not there for the story.
No.
Because she could be covering war.
She's not there for the reporter guy.
Yeah, the poor man's Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
She's there because she's hot for Batman.
Yep.
A 6'4" man dressed in rubber.
He's not 6'4".
Kinky. 6 foot.
Is
They
he
say
even
6
6 foot. Michael
There's
Keaton?
a 6 foot bat.
Let's not look at it.
Okay.
But I'm sure he could be.
So she's into Batman, but she's also intrigued by Bruce Wayne, which for
5'9".
Batman, I might be taller than Michael Keaton.
No, you're not tall. But then
I
his
could
ears
play-
are about 3 inches, you reckon?
I could play Batman.
Sure.
I'm 5.7 feet.
That's not 5'9".
8.5. 5.7 is not 5'7"
Yeah, still.
because Imperial is fucked. Anyway, I'm 5'8.5".
Sure. Whatever
So,
you say.
all right, I'm just shorter than my favorite Batman. Second favorite Batman. So, that other trope, we've got straightaway tropes of Batman.
Yep.
Two sides of justice, cops on the take, and a sexy woman who is interested in Batman and Bruce Wayne separately,
Yes. Yes,
which
yes.
builds the
Interesting.
tension. She's investigating both of them.
Whereas, like, Lois Lane, loving Superman, does not give a shit about Clark Kent.
Yeah, hates him so much she closes a juice squeezer on his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one weird... Okay, so there's some tropes set up at the start, which also set us up for the story, set the stakes of the carnival festival, but also the fact that Vicky Vale is a reporter means that she's going to be investigating Bruce and Batman for the whole movie,
Okay.
which increases tension.
Yep.
So it's a good story, set up from the start. What's very weird is Lieutenant Eckhart's voice.
Yes.
When it's really grumbly.
Oh, I thought he was doing a Tor Johnson impersonation.
It's dubbed.
Oh, okay, good. I thought it might have been.
I looked it up, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they dubbed it to make it sound rougher and more gravelly. He plays Porkins, one of the X-Wing pilots in Star Wars, the fat one.
Okay.
Yep. And he also plays one of the guys that goes to Indiana Jones to tell him to find the Lost Ark.
Okay.
You know, at the very end, he goes...
So he's in 3 great franchises.
Yeah.
But as shit characters.
And so shit in Batman that they have to replace his
They
voice.
replace his voice. Yep.
Anyway, he's a kind of that guy actor.
Yeah. He's just there.
Yep.
He's not the one that gets shot with darts at the start of the first one, Raiders. Is he there? No, that's the
No, he's the
friend.
guy at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yeah.
when they find the Ark and then it gets put in the warehouse.
Top men.
Yeah. He's the one that says top men. He's not a top man himself.
No, okay.
He's the one that
I want to
says
presume.
top men.
All right. Cool.
So, trope set up. Then we've got Carl Grissom, a.k.a. Jack Palance,
Yeah.
and Jack Napier, a.k.a. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
So if I say Jack at any point, you just got to work it out for yourself, listener.
Yeah.
All right?
So Jack dies. Oh, wait.
Yeah. So Jack kills Jack
Yeah.
because Jack sent Jack to die.
Yes, he did.
Right, no, we've got...
I don't like... So, hey,
Carl
let's
Grissom?
go kill Curly. Jack Palance.
Yep.
Do we need the music?
The
Like circus music while... Yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't mind it. It shows that he's fully gone nuts. So he was already...
Yeah, but it's not in the scene. It's just scenic music. It's not like the Joker gets there and goes, circus music, bang, bang, bang.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's got the guy that plays Prince in the gallery.
What, maybe his mate Bob's just in the background like...
Yeah.
On
On the little accordion. With the guy with the monkey from Batman Returns.
No.
No.
And the guy with the monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, same. Who got a lift there with the X-Wing fighter from Star Wars.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford had a monkey in Star Wars. He was big. That's a monkey. He's a monkey.
Right. We skipped a little bit ahead.
We did.
We've got the baddie, all right? That even though at the time the baddie for the city is Carl Grissom, we know, because one is Jack Palance and the other is Jack Nicholson, that the baddie is going to be Jack Napier.
Yeah, because he's first credited.
Yeah.
Before Michael Keaton, who plays Batman.
Well, they didn't want Michael Keaton to play
Jack
Batman,
Nicholson.
which you may talk about later, so I won't talk about it now. So, Jack Palance realises that Jack Napier is rooting his missus, so he sets him up to be killed, but he doesn't get killed. He goes to the chemical facility with no OH&S policy, falls into a vat, and that vat drains out into the Gotham River.
Yeah, and then he's fine.
Which is where Bane apparently is in Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Yep, different. So...
Is Bane there in Batman and Robin?
No, Bane's in the jungle with
Right.
Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll get to.
Oh, we are doing that movie at some point.
So despite the fact that there are obvious safety concerns about the chemical facility, it's a good action scene. And it also brings Gordon to the chemical facility to see Batman. And that's when Gordon starts to kind of... So, no, we know as an audience that Batman's a goodie.
Yeah.
But Gordon hasn't fully seen that stuff yet.
No.
So it keeps that tension around that. And it sets up Batman made the Joker. So this is an ongoing thing between Batmans and Jokers throughout the history of the characters in movies and in books.
Batman made the Joker, Joker made Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
They complete each other like Renee Zellweger and Tom Cruise.
You have a hello.
Yeah, you complete me.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep fighting each other and the Joker likes the Batman.
Uh-huh.
I do like the scene where he comes out of the surgery as the Joker with the smile.
Yeah.
Because the doctor just says the nerves were completely damaged.
Yeah.
Other writers might have written, you're going to be stuck with a smile because the nerves in your cheeks are damaged and it is pulling your mouth up.
Yeah. Did the surgery make him white?
No, the chemicals made him white.
Sure.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
That's in the comics.
Right.
Which is not the same as saying it's in the book.
No, I thought it was the chemicals as well.
Yeah, the chemicals made him white.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Whereas in Heath Ledger's just paints it on.
Literally whitewashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whiteface.
And he goes nuts because he sees his face and that's it. He dances, shoots Jack Palance. Then we have the increasing... So we know that threat is coming. Joker's going nuts.
Yeah.
And even if you haven't read the comic and know that Joker is a supervillain or remember Cesar Romero, you know that shit's going wild.
Yeah. Because it was in the trailer.
And then on the other side of things, Bruce Wayne sleeps with Vicky Vale.
Of course. Whether it was consensual or not, we don't know.
He's sober. She is
very
sober.
much not.
But he doesn't regret it for that.
No.
He regrets it because he's Batman.
Batman can't love.
Well, I see the thing of Batman love interests a bit like the James Bond one. So James Bond can't settle down. James Bond has deeper character reasons for not getting attached to a woman.
Yeah.
Because his wife was murdered.
Yeah.
But Batman also has character reasons. He doesn't want to have a family because he's lost a family. And he just has Alfred. And so he doesn't want to get close to Kim Basinger even though he wants to have sex with her. So he makes up a lie in the hope that she will give up on a very attractive multi-millionaire potential boyfriend.
Yes.
Which, I don't know a lot about women, and I'm not saying all women are gold diggers, but if a billionaire sleeps with you
Yeah.
and there is a connection, I feel like the woman's going to call back.
Not if it's not consensual.
Well,
She's going to wake up and go,
we can
don't know if that was
assume
good or not.
by the fact that she was okay and still interested,
yeah,
that she was okay with the action.
yeah.
And then she's like, well, he's a billionaire and he's attractive and I'm pretty sure we had good sex, so I'm going to call him again.
Right.
But he doesn't think she will, so he lies.
Yeah, I don't get that bit. These movies would be better without the love interests.
Movies would be better without romance. Not romance movies, obviously.
Yeah.
Movies
You
that
don't
aren't
have to have a
romance.
woman in there. Like,
Well,
you don't have to have a love interest.
Yeah, you don't
in there,
have to
I
have
should
a
say.
romance in there.
Yeah.
Of any gender.
Yeah.
Unless that's the point of the movie. But it does increase the tension as the investigation of Vicky Vale continues by being really inconsiderate. He's obviously mourning someone when he puts the roses outside the theatre.
Weird.
And then
Dumb. Hated it.
She just goes and picks them up.
Yeah, weird.
That annoyed me.
And it's like, what do roses mean? I have no idea.
Yeah.
She's not smart.
Tell me what's special about that. Well, yeah. She's got investigative people around her, like Knox.
She just takes the photos.
She just takes the
She's
good
not doing the
photos.
investigations.
Yeah. Then Jack Napier, the Joker now, gets interested in Vicky Vale.
Of course.
And
Who's that? Yeah.
we get the iconic gallery scene.
Oh, love it.
Prince, great tune. And Tim Burton loved him so much he made him write the whole score to Batman Returns.
Yeah.
You don't rate the song?
Nah,
It's a very Prince song.
it's bad. It's a bad
It's
song.
not his best. It's not.
It's
Kiss.
definitely nothing. It's his worst song I've heard Prince do.
What about the one on the credits? That these
both
days,
bad.
that these days would have been nominated for an Oscar.
They're both bad songs.
They're
very
both
late
not his
80s
best
mess.
songs. Neither of them are "Sexy Motherfucker."
No,
It's a great Prince song.
neither of them are Raspberry Beret
True. Or Little Red Corvette.
or Purple Rain
Or Kiss, as I mentioned before.
or When Doves Cry.
Oh, also a good song. Or 1999.
Yeah. Or that's the one I was going to say.
Is that?
Or the song from Happy Feet.
That's like that game show. It's on the list. I win.
It's on the list.
Because you didn't say one anymore that's on the list.
No.
Or is it like Family Feud?
That's more. We surveyed 100 people. They said name a good Prince song.
Kiss would be top
You
of the list.
said Party Man, so you're out.
I didn't say, well, no. Yeah, it's okay. It's one strike.
Yeah.
But then I followed it up with Kiss. That's some points.
Yep. Next.
This town needs an enema.
There are some very questionable lines in this.
For an artist, Vicky's apartment is shit.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get it.
Why is it that big?
Why is there nothing?
It's just very white.
Maybe she faints because she doesn't want any decorations in her apartment, even if it is dead roses in a fist.
Disgusting.
That is disgusting. And nostalgia, there's an ad break there.
Yes, there is an ad break there. Yep. Tonight on the late news.
Yeah. We had this on recorded off the TV VHS.
Yeah.
And that's the one place where I remember there's an ad break.
Yeah.
All right. What else have we got? I love Joker's interruption of the TV with his ad.
Yeah.
Love that Joker.
Yeah.
And he's wheeling along in the trolley and the little music's going and he's in the supermarket. That's great. His plan isn't pre-explained. Shit happens. People die.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, I've done all this shit. So obviously he's gone back to Axis Chemicals, got all the chemicals, and he's starting to put them into the stuff.
For what reason? Because it ruined his life, so now I'm going to ruin everybody else's.
Don't need a reason. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Okay.
That's what Michael Caine says about the Joker.
He says it like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly like that. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
That's how he says it.
Yep.
But that is the thing of the Joker, is anarchy.
Yeah, he doesn't really need a purpose. He's just insane.
He doesn't need a purpose. He just wants to make shit happen. And killing people with a smile on their face is thing. But I think that line, "This town needs an enema," even though it's not a great line, is this town is drab and dreary and boring. I've got to give it a lift. Enema is not going to make anyone smile.
So then he goes, I'm going to have my own parade.
Yeah. So the mayor and the DA, Lando Calrissian, cancel the festival. But then Joker pushes the TV off.
Yep.
Which is great. And announces that he's going to have the festival and he's going to dump $20 million in cash on all the dumb idiots in Gotham City.
And then he does that.
Even though they also saw on the news that he killed a guy on the steps of City Hall with the feather. He throws his quill into the throat of that mobster guy, and then everyone's still like, yeah, I'm going to go to his festival.
Yeah, there's money in it. Well, they're idiots. So
True.
And they wanted a festival.
Yeah, okay.
So like, wait, I can still have that festival and I'll get money?
Yeah. And another Prince song.
He's a murderer. It's worth the risk. What's he going to do? Leak toxic gas into the air? I don't think so.
A lot of people die in this movie.
A lot of people are stupid.
Well, Batman in this movie, as much as I like it, he's a little bit late.
Well, you know why? Because he goes, I've got to put on my mask. Oh, wait. I didn't put the black makeup around my eyes.
I didn't put the eye makeup on.
Yeah. And
but
then also I have to drive straight because I can't move my neck to check my blind spot.
Also, he has to fly his Batwing up to the moon.
Yeah, yes,
to make the bat symbol.
Yeah,
unnecessary. Sorry, Tim. Cool.
Unnecessary. But like 18 people died while you were doing that.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it okay that Alfred told Vicky
that he's Batman?
Yeah.
No.
Good. We agree. Never rub another man's rhubarb is not a great line.
That is disgusting.
Just saying that. It's
homophobic, if anything.
Then the hand jumps out of the box and we go to an ad break. I'm skipping around in the notes here.
You already did that. You know who I feel bad for? Bob.
Oh, that he just shoots Bob.
He just goes, Bob, can I have your gun? And then shoots him. I'm like, what did Bob do? Bob was great.
Bob was good. Can I say a good line that we skipped over?
Do you ever dance with the devil in pale moonlight?
No. There was, when he does the little news interruption,
yeah,
he says something, the demise of Carl Grissom, right? He was a bad guy and a tyrant, da-da-da. And then he goes, on the other hand, he had an amazing singing voice. Yeah. I love little jokes that are in there like that.
Yeah. Good.
We do get the moment of him dressing up Batman, and we do get the moment of him making the bat symbol, both of which are unnecessary.
Yeah,
but
not
he
enough
does
nipples in that for me.
blow the shit out of the chemical factory before he gets along to the parade, which is actually pretty cool up until the murder.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool parade. The balloons are pretty cool.
The song at the parade reminded me of the song from Addams Family.
The Addams Family rap.
Yeah,
Not the Mamushka. Oh, yeah.
The Addams Family. That reminded me of that.
The Addams Family
I'm sure
rap.
it sounded exactly like that in both Batman and Addams Family.
So then he takes the balloons and he sends them up into the atmosphere.
Yep.
Probably the wind's going to blow them over the bay to Metropolis, and the gas is going to kill some people in Metropolis that Superman will have to save.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a comic book thing and a Zack Snyder Dawn of Justice thing.
Yes.
Which is 30 years later. So then we go to the church.
Yep.
For some reason.
It is funny, though, when he's like, the thing that I like that's kind of a running joke is that the Joker's just like, where did he get all these toys?
Yeah.
And then it's like he does that thing with the getting the balloons and hooking them, and he's like, nobody told me he had one of those.
But he has little toys. He has this little buzzer that he fries that guy with.
Gosh.
And then he does his tie-up. I like that. Yeah.
He'll murder you, but he'll do your tie-up afterwards.
Well,
he's a
and
nice guy.
He'll make a joke about it.
Yeah. Shocking.
We got some more tropes once we're up the clock tower, but before the bell tower. But before we get that, we get the moment of Batman trying to look up the tower. And he can't because he can't move his neck.
Yep.
Which is me some mornings if I don't sleep right now that I'm getting closer to 40. The tropes we get are the Joker just being around while Batman fights the goons.
Yeah.
One thing that disappointed me, one of the things I absolutely love for its dagginess and its corniness from the 60s Batman is when Robin gets behind Batman and pushes his fist into a goon. So instead of Batman just punching the guy, Robin pushes his elbow so that he actually punches the guy harder. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen at the top of this bell tower. But another trope that does happen is Kim Basinger decides to buy time by pretending she's in love with the Joker.
That is so... It's so dumb. That's in, like, every Batman movie.
Yeah, that's why it's called a trope.
Yeah, but it's bad. That's a trope. Okay, fine.
It's not great.
You know what else isn't great? At one point, when the guy punches Batman into a big bell, the bell, like, dints.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
It's just like you can see him go, like, into the bell and out again. But then when he bangs the bad guy into the bell, obviously then it's fine.
Yeah.
And then it falls down and makes not nearly as enough noise as it would.
Well, the bell's only about that big, and you can tell that it's a model. Just as you can tell that it's a model Batmobile that crashes.
Yeah.
That I probably had the Matchbox version of.
Probably.
I did have the Matchbox version of, actually.
Yeah.
That's my favourite Batmobile.
The original.
The 89.
Mine's Robin's bike.
From the 60s or from...
No, from Chris O'Donnell.
No.
Chris O'Donnell.
Your favourite is Chris O'Donnell's ass on a motorbike.
Or Alicia Silverstone's.
That's true.
That's pretty
That's
good
true.
in it as well. I watched some TikTok the other day that was like actors that are a one-hit wonder. You know how songs are a one-hit wonder?
Yeah.
Right? They said these actors are one-hit wonders.
Surely they didn't say Alicia Silverstone.
They said Alicia Silverstone.
Clueless.
And I was like, Batman and Robin?
Hit.
Well, people watched it.
I was going to say Chris O'Donnell for Batman and Robin, but he was in Scent of a Woman, which is a considerably better movie than either of those, or those two combined, probably.
Some of them I was like, yeah, fair enough. But then one was like Rupert Grint. I'm like, well, yeah, he's only done Harry Potter movies, but he doesn't need to do anything anymore.
One Hit Wonder, there's 8 movies.
Yeah.
That's, 13 years of employment and billions of dollars.
So he's fine anyway.
Okay. Then we get Batman and Joker actually fight, and the you made me, you make me complete thing. Jack Nicholson pulls the glasses out. He goes, "You wouldn't need to go with glasses, would you?" Another funny joke. One of the things that is not comic book accurate in this movie is that Batman kills people.
Yeah.
It's a big thing in all other Batmans.
I feel like you've said this every time we've done a Batman movie.
That he doesn't kill people, but he kills people in this Batman and in Batman Returns.
Who does he kill other than people that are going to kill him?
Joker's goons.
Well, they were going to kill him.
No, but he doesn't kill.
Well, he tried to kill that goon, but he bounced off an inflatable bell.
But if you think about Nolan's,
Yeah.
we've recently reviewed The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
All of the goons in the building opposite that are pretending to be doctors, he doesn't kill any of them.
Yeah, okay.
He just knocks them out or ties them up.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie, he's just like bang, 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 throw you down the tower.
Okay.
And he doesn't technically kill Joker, but he does let him die. And that still creeps me out to this day.
You know what, Gotham... I know Gotham is a poor city.
In pockets.
Could you, like, put some work into, like, refurbishing your old buildings? Like, your stone should not break like that, Gotham City.
Your stone should not break like styrofoam painted grey. You're correct. Then at the end, we get introduced to the bat signal.
That's wrong, but...
What music was that?
That was Jurassic Park.
It was. It was not Danny Elfman.
No.
He's still dating Vicky, which I'm not sure about.
Yeah, look, by this point, I was like, can this movie hurry up and end?
It's a long movie.
It felt a lot longer than 2 hours.
But then at the credits, we get another Prince song, which isn't good, but like I said, these days would be nominated for an Oscar, despite having nothing to do with the movie.
And also because it's Prince.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the significance of her shoes? So when he gets her drunk to sleep with her,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I have to take my shoes off. And then there's another time when he rescues her for the first time. It's like, take your shoes off. And then there's another time towards the end, I think, when she's with the Joker, it's like she's not wearing shoes. I'm like, why?
Are you saying
Why did Batman has a foot fetish? Maybe.
Tim Burton is a Tarantino?
Oh. Well, I don't get that. Well, I'm like, I don't know why I noticed it so much also. But it was like, why do you never have shoes on?
Well, it's an indication that she's drunk, that she
Because
has to
there
take
was
her
also-
heels off in that first example.
Yeah, and then she was running away and took her shoes off. I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's smart, Vicky Vale.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
Maybe Tim Burton is a closet Tarantino.
Maybe he's got a foot fetish.
Maybe.
Cool, Helena.
So, comparing movie to book, the Joker's origin is accurate to comics.
Comics, yep.
Joker's origin is accurate. There have been comic series where a criminal falls into chemicals and becomes the Joker.
Oh, okay. No,
The Joker killing Thomas and Martha Wayne, inaccurate.
Inaccurate.
But that's okay. But they were murdered,
Yep.
right? The look is very similar to the comics. Jack Napier and Carl Grissom are not from the comics.
Uh-huh, okay.
They're made up.
Yep.
The big one is the Batman killing thing. That's the big issue. As a series, the fact that Harvey Dent is Billy D. Williams and then 2 movies later is Tommy Lee Jones, as well as the complete style and tone change, make me think it's a 2 and 2.
Yes.
But
Yep.
the same Alfred.
Well,
and
yeah.
the same Commissioner Gordon.
The same Commissioner Gordon. And it was meant to follow on if Harvey Dent was meant to have like next week on Batman Forever.
Yeah. Same bat time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's very
they just
interesting,
went.
this
They
series
just
of
went,
Batman.
"Hey, can you direct?" And he's like, "Sure. Can we just like turn the saturation up and
Yeah.
actually paint color?" I'm like, "Sure." And also, I want Val Kilmer. Okay, sure.
Well, we've talked about it. Val Kilmer accepted it, script unseen, which is a regret of his to
Yeah.
this very day.
I will say,
Directed by Joel Schumacher.
comparing to other movies, Batman Returns is a lot better.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a lot better.
But how does this one fit in terms of cultural impact?
Well, as we just discussed, we'll say it got 3 sequels. Let's just say. Because the other ones
Yeah.
got made because of
Yes,
this.
yes.
Whether they were completely different styles and then had Mr. Freeze in it, you know, regardless. It won an Oscar for art direction.
Okay,
which
that's
is,
good.
You know, sets and shit.
Yep.
It was nominated for 6 BAFTAs. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Because
Best-
it was made in England.
Best costumes, best production design, best makeup, best sound, best special effects, and best supporting actor.
For Nicholson?
Yeah. And Nicholson was also nominated for a Golden Globe.
Great.
Danny
he was
Elf-
very good.
Yeah, Danny Elfman was nominated for a Grammy for... Let me see if I can do this in one breath. Best album of original instrumental background score written for a motion picture or television.
Just say score, mate.
But it's the best album of original instrumental background score written for motion picture or television.
Okay, yeah.
And then Prince was nominated for Grammy for best song written specifically for a motion picture or television for Party Man.
Your least favourite.
Terrible. It's a terrible song.
It's not on the Family Feud board.
Show me potato salad. AFI, you know the AFI.
Yeah.
They have the lists. So the Joker is the number 45 villain out of the top 50. And Batman is number 46 hero.
These Batman and Joker, or them generally?
Well, it just says the Joker and Batman.
Okay, so generally.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I think it's George Clooney's Batman, not Michael Keaton's, but it doesn't say that specifically.
That's true.
And then it was nominated for a bunch of different categories, like best movies, and then 100 thrills. And then the Have You Ever Danced with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight was nominated for like the top quotes.
Okay.
And then it was nominated for the top 10 fantasy films.
It does fill a weird gap between sci-fi and fantasy, I think.
Well, I don't think there's as much sci-fi.
No,
Because
but
it's not science.
But it's not a drama. Like, it's not realistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's why it's kind of... The broader genre that includes sci-fi and fantasy is called speculative fiction. So it probably
No, that's not a thing.
is speculative fiction.
You know what's speculative? That name. So, it led to an animated series
Oh, yeah.
as well. So, it grossed 40 and a half, let's just round that up, million during its opening weekend. And that broke the opening weekend record held by Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which was a
Right.
4-day Memorial Day long weekend. Right? And that was the previous month.
Yeah, right.
So that
Wow.
didn't last long for Indy.
No.
And Ghostbusters 2, which had a $29.4 million 3-day weekend from the previous weekend.
So it was a big launch.
So that month was, 1 week was Ghostbusters 2, then it was Last Crusade, then it was Batman.
Fuck, that's a big month.
Gosh.
Imagine if you had to go to the cinema 3 weekends in a row today.
And you had to fucking dress up. Like nerds, Jesus. Like that
No.
ugly kid from Stranger Things would have been at the cinema 3 weekends in a row.
If you did it these days, you'd be broke.
You would be, actually. Because you have to spend $80 on popcorn.
The 4th weekend of the month, you'd have to be a hermit because you have no money left.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't even drive anywhere. I'm out of petrol.
Yeah. Petrol's.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, Batman also set a record for a second weekend gross with $30 million, and became the fastest film to earn $100 million, reaching it in 11 days.
Wow.
It was the highest-grossing movie film based on a DC comic book until The Dark Knight, and Batman.
So it was ahead of Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And Superman Returns, Brandon Roth. Yeah.
Batman held the record for being the highest grossing superhero film of all time until it was taken by Spider-Man. The first.
Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
And it was the second highest grossing movie of 1989.
Very cool. After Back to the Future 3. 2.
No.
Oh.
It was Last Crusade.
Okay, yeah.
Batman, Back to the Future 2. So you would have had to have gone then as well.
Oh my God, I would have had no money in 1989. I would have been broke.
Jesus, you were, because you were 4.
That's true.
It has several...
And Mum and Dad weren't going to the movies because they had 3 kids under 3.
It had several references in The Simpsons. One is, okay, this is a iconic episode of The Simpsons.
Okay.
When
So
Homer's
it's pre-2000.
Homer at the nuclear power plant, they don't have a dental plan. Dental plan! Listen,
Yes.
it's braces. Dental plan!
Yes.
And then she gets, instead of braces, she gets that jaw, and she's like,
yeah.
show me. And it's the same thing as that...
She smashes
Joker
the
with
mirror,
the mirror.
and she goes off laughing.
Yeah. So there's a few other references, but when I saw that scene in Batman, I was like, that's from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So there you go. So casting.
Yes.
Mel Gibson, Kevin Costner, Charlie Sheen, Tom Selleck, Bill Murray, Harrison Ford, Dennis Quaid. They were all considered for Batman.
I would have accepted Dennis Quaid.
I would have accepted... Harrison Ford was never going to do it.
I would have accepted... Harrison Ford was way too big for this movie at this time.
that.
He'd just come out of Last Crusade and Star Wars.
Mel Gibson would have been good.
Yeah.
If you think of late 80s Mel Gibson.
Lethal Weapon Mel Gibson.
Yeah. But Tim Burton was pressured by Warner Brothers to cast an obvious action movie star, right?
Yeah.
And so they approached Pierce Brosnan.
From the Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah. From Mamma Mia.
Remington Steele.
He had no interest in playing a comic book character. Regret. And Burton
he did get to play James Bond.
Yeah, well, he could have done both. Tim Burton originally wanted to cast an unknown actor named Willem Dafoe as Batman.
Ooh.
As Batman. Not the crazy weirdo that Willem Dafoe is. Batman.
He wasn't a crazy weirdo then, though.
He probably was.
I saw a quote from him today, and he said, I wish I could be alive to see what my skull looks like, because I reckon it would be really messed up.
God. Then for the Joker, Tim Curry, David Bowie, John Lithgow, Brad Dourif, Ray Liotta, James Woods were all considered for the Joker. Lithgow, during his audition, attempted to talk Burton into casting him as the Joker.
Also, Robin Williams, wasn't he?
He lobbied really hard for it. He's like, I fucking want to be the Joker, man.
Yep.
I know I was just in Dead Poets Society, but you know what I can do.
Yeah. I've been far enough from Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I'm pretty happy with Jack Nicholson, not going to lie.
Jack Nicholson's very good. How did we end up with Michael Keaton? Do we know that?
Not from my notes.
Because when it was announced that he was going to be it, there were letters written to the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Of people being like,
Yep.
don't want him, he can't be it, he's a comedy actor. And they stuck with it, and he's great.
I think he's good. He's better in Returns, but everything is.
What else have you got?
That's it.
Good. I didn't have anything more for Impact.
Cool.
Didn't launch anyone.
No, they were all things by then.
Yeah.
Like even What's-His-Face was already in Indiana Jones and Star Wars, so it didn't even launch him.
Billy D. Williams.
No, the fucking...
Oh,
guy. Well, Billy D. Williams wasn't in Indiana Jones.
Wasn't in Indy. No.
Indy! He could have been What's-His-Face. No, he couldn't have. Continue. Well, he could have.
He could have.
Yeah.
Because people in Egypt can be of a darker skin tone.
Yes.
Despite it being Scottish Jonathan Rhys-Davies.
Poor Gimli.
Let's do some
Is that right?
awards. Gimli, yes. Fuck. He's also the professor in Sliders, which is where I know him from.
Yep.
I'm just going to, from now on, like I did the other week when we were talking about Jamie Dornan being the guy from Robin Hood,
Yes.
I'm just going to pick the obscurest thing that I know someone from.
Okay.
And they'll be like...
So Michael Keaton from Multiplicity.
You might keep, when he guest starred on Spin City. Yeah. No, I'm going to, just like, Jonathan Rhys-Davies is coming up in another movie. I'm like, the professor from Sliders.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I went to you and said, who else? So I was going to say Alicia Silverstone, but she's only been in 2 movies.
If you go Alicia Silverstone, I'll be Batgirl.
Batgirl. Yeah. The original Batgirl.
The original Batgirl. No, the original Batgirl's from the 60s.
Pure
No,
West.
I'm going to be like, Harrison Ford will be like, oh yeah, from Morning Glory.
Fuck.
Which is a great movie.
From Dial of Destiny. From Crystal Skull. Oh.
Or Pierce Brosnan from
that episode of The Simpsons where he plays the HAL-type 2001: A Space Odyssey robot that takes over the house.
From 1988's Diet Coke Pierce Brosnan James Bond style television commercial.
Pierce Brosnan.
Which has a
the GoldenEye Nintendo 64 game.
Which has a 7.3 rating on IMDb.
That's higher rated than this movie, maybe. It's not.
It's a higher rated than GoldenEye. GoldenEye has a 7.2.
Oh, poor Pierce.
But it's lower rated than the Omega Watch GoldenEye television commercial that he was in. Anyway, let's give some awards. The Andy Millman Worst Extra Awards.
Yep.
When the Batmobile drives into the factory, there's a guy that stands there with his gun and then waits until the Batmobile drives past to step out and shoot.
Yep. I wrote almost any policeman.
Yep.
I then also wrote the mum at the start because I then thought, I'm like, no, that's Batman's mum. I'm like, no, but that's current day. They're just kind of mirroring how Batman's parents died, but you don't know that till later. Because she was bad.
That's one criticism of comic book or book movies now is fan service. That opening is fan service.
Definitely.
To people that know. She's like, we're going the wrong way, and she's she's not that bad.
She was bad.
I'm surprised that there are no really bad extras when the money's being thrown out. I didn't notice anyone that was really terrible.
In that bit I wrote, then the gas came down, and I wrote guy that faints onto the windscreen.
Yeah.
Because he's just like...
Yeah. He looks like the guy from Last Crusade that is on the windscreen of the truck.
Guys in windscreens. It's a
theme.
It's a running theme.
It's a trope.
I then wrote, but I have no idea what it was. I go, copy, comma, yes, sir.
I've nominated him for best.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but his mouth doesn't move.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. Maybe I nominated the moment for best.
Right.
But okay. But you've nominated the person for worst.
Yeah. Because his mouth doesn't move. He's like, yes, sir.
We both nominated the guy that waits till the Batmobile drives
It's
past
pretty
to shoot.
bad.
It is pretty bad.
Yeah, we'll go with them.
And it's fully in frame.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't step from out of frame.
Yeah.
In which case you could kind of go, oh, well, he got there late.
Yeah.
Late.
Yeah.
He forgot to clock in.
Yeah.
All right.
His train was delayed because there was a trespasser at South Kensington. Yeah. South Gotham had a trespasser on the tracks. They even have trains in Gotham City? Chicago. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the L.
The elevated.
The L.
Yeah.
All right, that's the Andy Millman Worst Extra, named after Ricky Gervais's character from Extras. The Estelle Reiner Best Extra Award. One of... this one I just found funny.
Okay.
In the gallery scene, right, Batman swoops in, grabs Vicky Vale, shoots the thing across so he can leave.
Yep.
Yeah? As he's flying across, one of Joker's henchmen just, like, jumps up and tries to grab him. That's good. And I'm like, A+ for effort.
Yeah. Like, we like your enthusiasm and your initiative.
You could
employee.
replace Bob when I shoot Bob later on.
Yeah. I wrote, I think, was it around the gallery scene? No. So, Batman invites her to dinner, but doesn't.
Yeah.
And then he's like, put this mask on. And then I wrote, then the gas comes out. And then there's a waiter, I think probably the first waiter that faints.
Yeah.
He commits, man. He's just
really?
like, bang.
Boom.
I'm just falling.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
And then in that same scene, I think his henchman's named Franklin, the big guy who has the boombox. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm nominating him as well.
Yeah, that's a good one. I nominated Copy. Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, really?
Because that moment, he's just there.
Right.
And I also nominated the goon who jumps behind Batman while in the bell tower and just falls through the floor. So he jumps off that staircase and just falls. Because
in the comic book,
if you listen, he goes from an aggressive R, then when he falls through the floor, you hear his R change to R, like an R shit. Like, oh, I'm fucked
That's
now.
good. My last nomination was for Alfred's eyebrows.
Oh, okay. They've got the personality of their own.
They do a lot of work up there. It's like John Howard watched Batman and went, that's the look, guys. Gonna have to go with that. I'm happy with that henchman that jumps.
Jumping?
Yeah.
I
Or
like
either
him.
of them.
No, I like the jumping henchman.
Yeah, good.
Because he's like, I want to get promoted here. I better, or I don't want to get shot. Maybe.
Yeah.
So that's the Estelle Reiner Best Extra Award. The next one is named after Halle Berry for her terrible line in the original X-Men movie. Okay. There's some unnecessary attempted references to the fact that he's Batman. One
like
of
him
them,
sleeping upside down.
yeah.
Fuck off.
When Kim Basinger says, "One drink and I'm flying." Oh, no. Batman, Bruce Wayne, says, "One drink and I'm flying."
Yeah.
And Kim Basinger says, "Why? Are you afraid of flying?" Unnecessary.
Dumb.
We know he's Batman.
Yeah.
We know she doesn't know he's Batman.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I wrote, hello, legs.
Yeah. Bad.
Didn't like it.
Change.
But I also then wrote, now I might have got this wrong. I wrote, did you have a hard time finding the house? When Vicky gets to
Yes.
whatever.
Wayne Manor.
Wayne Manor, thank you. I knew it was Manor. Couldn't remember the Wayne bit.
The Bruce Wayne bit.
Yeah. And I was like, one, it's a manor.
It's the fucking biggest house in Gotham.
Two, hadn't she already been there for that party thing?
She had.
So she'd already been there.
Continuity error. I had... When Joker sits in the big seat after he dances and kills Jack Palance, he goes, "Wait till they get a load of me." And then he goes, "Oop, oop." Like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Boop. I wrote, maybe it was at another point then, it was one of these kind of cheesy lines. Gotham City always brings a smile to my face.
Yeah. It goes with, "This town needs an enema."
I didn't like it. I'm happy with oop oop.
I'm not sure Jack Nicholson's impersonation of Jack Palance was necessary, but that's not a line.
Yep.
When Bruce says to Alfred, "Why don't you marry her?" I'm like, "You're not 12 years old, Bruce Wayne."
Yeah, I didn't
He's
get
like,
it.
"She is exceptional, isn't she, Master Bruce?" He goes, "Why don't you marry her?" I'm like, okay.
Fuck off, dickhead.
I don't have the billions of dollars.
Yeah. My eyebrows might be my personality.
I'm not sure if it's a bad line or if it is in there to prove that the Joker's goons are dumb. But when Batman gets knocked out and one of them goes check his wallet.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
This one, though. When they get out of the car, Vale and Knox at the parade, and Knox says to Vale, take the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally her job.
Right. Yeah.
They're not going to go back to the office, and she's going, Knox, write the words.
Yeah.
Like, I think up, though. Like,
Up.
what does that
Doesn't
mean?
make sense.
Yeah. I didn't cry.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
surprising.
I do like the theme music, just as an aside,
Okay.
because sometimes theme music makes me cry.
The music at the start is very good. I was like, what's the music to Batman again? And then I started watching it and I go, that's right. Would that be the most iconic scene?
No.
Okay.
The opening music?
Yeah.
No.
Good.
Joker dancing like the statue is the most nostalgic
No
scene.
nostalgic scene. But I actually put that gallery scene as I nominated for most iconic scene.
It can be up there, yes.
Yeah.
The parade?
Parade, yeah. I did think of that.
Most iconic shot is the most unnecessary shot in the movie.
With the Batman.
The Batwing flying up.
I also said when the doctor unwrapping the bandages. Maybe that's just because it was referenced in The Simpsons.
I nominated as well when the Batwing is flying down and shooting and the Joker pulls the big gun out of his pants and shoots the Batwing.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the gallery scene. Because the only one I had was, you want to go nuts, let's go nuts.
Oh, yeah. That's strange. And that also gives
Not
me...
that many iconic scenes, actually.
It also gives me an excuse to put the Joker dancing like the statue on TikTok.
I was like, when does he do it? When does he do it? And then I saw that statue. I'm like, no, he imitates the statue. Great. I love it.
All right.
Done.
That's the awards.
Yeah.
Done. All right. And that's Batman reviewed. Any final thoughts?
It drags. It's not as good as the other ones.
It could be a little bit tighter, Tim.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware. Maybe that's
Maybe
the
Batman
director's cut.
Returns is better because there's no real love interest. Like what we were saying before. Like the female love interest of
Michelle
Bruce Wayne is
Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, but she's Catwoman.
So it's not a
it's
separate
not just
character.
like Nicole Kidman in the third one.
Yeah, okay. Or Anne or Elle Macpherson in the fourth one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Clooney had a good cast with him, man.
Yeah. All right. Looking at top fives this week, because we've reviewed Batman
Yep.
and one of the most iconic characters from the Batman universe, we can't rank Batman because we did that after The Dark Knight.
Already done that.
And
We've already ranked Jokers.
we've ranked Jokers. We've got a whole episode actually ranking Batman. And then
Yeah.
we did top 5 Jokers after The Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do top 5 movie butlers. Disclaimer, Alfred counts as one character no matter how many people have played
I
him.
had to check that. I'm like, do we count this Alfred and Michael Caine Alfred separately?
Well, otherwise 3 of the spots are Alfred.
Yeah. I will say
Yep.
I have 3 honourable mentions, and they're honourable mentions because I haven't seen them, but I reckon they'd be good.
My only honourable mention is from TV. Because it's an
Okay.
iconic...
There's one when I was
Butler.
thinking of it, I was like, I reckon this Lee's going to nominate this because it's been a movie. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe he's not in the movie. Ooh, what's your number 5, Lee?
Oh, yeah. I did think about nominating Carson from Downton Abbey.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But he's not technically the butler in the movie.
Ooh, he gets a promotion.
No, he retires.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's the conniving gay that is the butler in the movies.
conniving gay.
My number 5 is Atigor Spartacus from The Birdcage.
Fuck off. I didn't even think of him. He's
a butler.
Is he a butler?
According to Google.
He's a houseboy. Take that as you will. Mine.
Because I had to do I had to do some Googling,
Now I want
right?
to watch Birdcage again.
And there are some ridiculous
Oh, yeah.
nominations.
Yeah.
Like Zazu, not technically a butler, but the hornbill serves as a major domo to King Mufasa in the film The Lion King.
Yeah. Also, Mrs. Doubtfire is not a butler.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-huh.
Who's your number 5?
This is so obscure. My number 5 is Max von Mayerling from Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
He's very pivotal. He's very loyal, like a good butler.
I will say I thought of my top 4 on my own.
Yes.
And I'm
Same.
including manservant as butler to get number 4 in.
Okay.
Problematic though it may be,
Oh, no.
I love...
Oh, fuck.
No, okay. So this is what I'm going to say. The movie is, as a whole, can be problematic. The way this character is represented
Yeah.
can be problematic.
Yeah.
But the funny fact that Inspector Clouseau can't fight
Oh, no.
and Kato does all the fighting for him is hilarious.
Okay.
So my number 4 is Kato.
Okay.
At least Kato is actually Asian in the film.
Well, yeah, okay. That's true. My number 4 is Wadsworth, who is the butler in Clue.
Because you saw that
'Cause I
recently,
saw that
and it's
recently.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, so he's very good and very pivotal to the story.
Okay.
And is very... Tim Curry's great in
Tim
it.
Curry.
Yep.
Okay. My number 3 is Lurch from all versions of the Addams Family.
Same.
I think I really like the Lurch in the TV show Addams Family,
Yep.
but obviously we're not nominating that.
I like Lurch in Addams Family Reunion, actually.
No
Yeah.
one does. All right, and so that was your number 3.
That was my number 3 as well. Yeah.
You rang. My number 2, Riff Raff
Yep.
from Rocky Horror,
From Rocky Horror.
because he's great. He has a whole song.
He has a song, and he's "You're Wet," and then it's like how many butlers then kill their master?
Masters and then take the castle off.
Exactly.
How many? Yeah. All right. Yeah, he's a great character.
So I'm just going to assume we have the same number
Instrumental to
1.
the story.
So
My number 1 is Alfred.
my number 1 is Alfred.
He's just iconic in all representations, and in terms of impact on the story, obviously the impact varies from movie to movie. And I think Michael Caine's the most involved Alfred.
He's more tech savvy with like helping him out with his gadgets.
Yeah.
Whereas like this Alfred just brings him his tea.
And
Brings
tells
his like niece along
his
or whatever.
girlfriend that he's Batman.
Yeah. Not helpful at all, mate.
He's a little bit more meddling than assisting.
Yeah.
He does also bring him a file occasionally.
Yeah.
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 The
Great.
other honourable mention that I had
Uh-huh.
for TV.
Yeah.
Think about the most iconic
Is it
TV
the-
butler.
Oh. The gay guy that was in the pilot of Golden Girls but didn't come back.
That's great. Niles from The Nanny.
Yeah. Niles.
I did think about nominating the guy who in Jerry, the show that they write in Seinfeld, gets sentenced to community service to be Jerry Seinfeld's butler. But I knew if your friend Liam is listening to this
There you go.
episode,
We've mentioned the
that
nanny.
he would want Niles mentioned as an iconic butler.
Nice.
So there, that's the top 5.
Done.
If we've missed anybody, manservant or butler,
I can't believe Atticus Spartacus got on there.
Atticus Spartacus
Dinner is served.
is great. I did think about Igor from Frankenstein.
Yeah, but he's more of like an assistant.
Yeah,
He's a lab assistant.
but he's in this list on Wikipedia of list of fictional butlers.
No.
No?
Not a butler for me.
Okay.
I wonder if there'll be a butler in the movie we're doing next.
What about Delbert Grady from The Shining?
Delbert Grady.
I think he's the barman.
Isn't he the barman that's Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiler.
Red rum. I then also thought, because there's ones that like John Gielgud in Arthur, and then there's a movie called The Butler about a butler.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to put that in there.
Frith is the butler to the De Winter family in Rebecca.
No, not important.
Okay. This is a detailed list, though, because it has Ferguson, butler to Frasier Crane in one episode of Frasier. So it's a very detailed list.
It's a bit ridiculous.
Spin the wheel.
All right, we're spinning the wheel to see what we're doing next week. Alrighty. Okay. Can I give a clue? Oh, the main character in this is actually awful.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck. It's a singy song.
Like a musical?
College.
Oh.
Yeah.
A singy song at college.
Can I do?
So like a, but not a.
It's a musical that was made because of Glee.
Oh, Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I'm going with that. That's true. That is, I'm pretty sure that's fact. So we're going with that.
Oh yeah, because Glee made a cappella a thing.
Yes.
And then Pitch Perfect came.
Yeah, and then Pitch Perfect.
You could have done.
Oh, fuck it. She's terrible.
Fucking cup song.
Oh god, she's the worst thing about the movie from memory. Anyway, she's just teen angsty.
I reckon I've seen it. I reckon I've seen 1 and 2 once, but I haven't seen 3.
You're fine.
From memory, Rebel Wilson's great.
Yep.
As you would expect. All right. How do we get from Michael Keaton to Anna Kendrick? Michael Keaton and Robert Pattinson have played Batman, and Anna Kendrick was in Twilight.
Alfred was in Batman and Robin with George Clooney.
Yes.
Who was in Up in the Air with Anna Kendrick.
Oh, that's good. What else has Anna Kendrick been in? Twilight.
Simple Favor with Blake Lively that's getting a sequel. Into the Woods with Meryl.
Okay.
And Emily Blunt. Oh, no, that just gets back to Meryl.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that works.
So
go. Anna Kendrick was in a movie with George Clooney.
Up in the Air.
Who was in a movie with
Batman and Robin.
Alfred.
Who was in this.
Because
he's Alfred. The most important butler of our times.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Not in Commissioner Gordon.
He wasn't in Commissioner Gordon,
with
no.
Commissioner Gordon.
All right. That's why I didn't want to marry Vicky Vale.
That's good. If you want to join the Facebook group, then do that. There's a link in the episode description. Like and subscribe. Let us know your top movie butler. And let us know your pre-thoughts on Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
And your post-thoughts on Batman.
Yeah, all the post and the pre's and the pre...
All the thoughts.
All the thoughts.
Thanks for listening to another episode of 2 out of 3 Recommend. That's not the podcast that we're doing right now, but you should check out 2 out of 3 Recommend. Yep. But this has been 2 Drink Cinema. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee.
Cheers.